one-hour-long session saw the German Chancellor being questioned by MPs from all parties on her current policies and pressing problems. In a format that faintly echoed Prime Minister's questions held every week in the Houses of Parliament, members of the Bundestag were given 1 minute each to ask a question. In turn, Ms. Merkel had another minute to answer, standing before her seat with just a few pages to hold on to. The first 20 minutes of the session were focused on the upcoming G7 summit, taking place in Canada on June 8 to 9. The biggest opposition party, Far-Right Alternative for Germany, AfD, took the lead and asked the first questions. What a shame it's now over. But I'll be back. Angela Merkel, after rebuking Ms. Merkel for not attending the Economic Forum in St. Petersburg, which took place last month, Hans-Georg Müller asked whether the Chancellor will consider a new Ostpolitik, a closer relationship between Russia and Germany. Ms. Merkel was also asked by another AfD MP, Michael Spindler, whether she would consider pushing with her peers to go back to the G8 format, including Russia, once again, into the world leaders group. Russia was expelled from G8 following the annexation in Crimea from Ukraine, an act that Ms. Merkel called flagrant breach of international laws during the question time, closing the door to any opportunity of rekindling the relations with Moscow. The German Chancellor also faced questions concerning U.S. President Donald Trump and his metal tariffs, imposed on Europe on June 1. Getty Angela Merkel took part to the first-ever Chancellor's Question Time. Ms. Merkel was grilled on the EU trade war in Russia. Ms. Merkel said that with the presidency of Mr. Trump, Germany and Europe had a serious problem with multilateral agreements. For Europe, she said, that meant the continent had to take care of ourselves to an extent and learn to be consistent in defense and security policy. She also revealed she is set to meet Italy's new Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte, leader of the populist coalition which sworn in last Friday. Other questions ranged from diesel emissions and rent hikes, child poverty and the low number of women in Germany's parliament. The first-ever question time held in the history of the German Bundestag was one of the demands the Chancellor had to agree to create a coalition large enough to form a government. The next question time is set to be held in 4 months. The agreement was part of the coalition deal between Ms. Merkel's party, the Christian Democrats, CDU, and the other parties which joined the government alliance, the Christians. After the 60 minutes passed, she said, "What a shame it's now over, but I'll be back." The next Chancellor's question time will be held in 4 months.